I don't see you. Hello again.
Hello again. I thought I wasn't going to get in then.
Lay and start. I had to wash my hands.
Oh, that's all right then. We'll forgive you.
We're all encouraged to, aren't we?
Absolutely.
Just apologising for the delay, though, because we're just around it.
When do we plan to start?
I think we could start any moment, Chairman. I think it's perhaps helpful just to go through the same things as we went through before, which is just to encourage people to switch off their microphones, because it does reduce the background.
Yeah, on that.
Which tells us that somebody else wants to come in. So I'll continue to admit people if you'd like to start the meeting, Chairman.
Can we be assured that we won't be thrown out of the meeting like we were last time?
As long as we have reasonable behaviour from everyone, no one would be excluded from the meeting.
I was thrown out of the meeting. So was
Quite
Councillor
rightly.
Burton, so was Councillor Brewerton.
As a point of order, Chairman, could we start the
Again.
Chair.
Okay. I'll go for. Okay.
Chair.
We haven't started the meeting yet. Do you want to speak anyway?
Yes, I'd like to ask a point of order. I'm in.
We're not in a meeting, so points of order are not.
When's it started yet? No?
Points of order apply during the debates. And I want to ask Jackie, was it you who quoted a point of order?
Yes, it was indeed.
Are you here as the proper officer?
I am here offering support to Handforth Parish Council in the conduct of this meeting this evening.
You're not the proper officer.
Is that as clerk or proper officer?
There's no difference between clerk and proper officer.
Of course there is.
Yes, there is.
You must know the basic law,
Are we
I
going
would
to
have thought.
start this meeting?
It isn't the role of somebody who, however kindly volunteers to do the clerking for a meeting, to act as a proper officer if they haven't so been appointed. That's against the law.
It's been called by
And let me also quote to you the standing orders of Handforth Parish. Will you stop talking?
Unless we are prepared.
Will you please listen?
We'll go the same.
Will you please listen? Will you stop being whatever it is you're trying to be and just clerk the meeting if that's what you want to do? Points of order, according to our standing orders, are determined by the chair. If you want to raise a point of order as a councillor, you ask if you can raise a point of order, you state it, and then the chair decides. It is not for the clerk to raise a point of order. It is not for the clerk to decide a point of order. And you must be aware of that, or at least God knows what you're doing in your job if you're not.
Start this meeting?
It is.
Or shall we elect an alternative chairman?
Oh, hiya. I'm just in a meeting at the moment. Can I give you a call back when it finishes?
The good reason.
Okay, all right, bye.
So, Chairman, albeit late, shall we get this meeting started?
Can't see Jackie Weaver.
Is this one then?
Right, we'll start the meeting, and I want to repeat what I said at the beginning of the last meeting, that this meeting has not been called according to the law. The law has been broken.
It has been properly
Will you
called.
please let the
Mrs.
chairman
Weaver,
speak?
please.
If you disrupt this meeting, I will have to remove you from it.
You can't.
It's only the chairman who can remove people from a meeting. You have no authority here, Jackie Weaver. No authority at all.
She's just kicked him out.
I-
Just wait. No, she's kicked him out. Don't. She's kicked him out. Don't.
This is a meeting called by two councillors.
Illegally?
They now elect a chairman.
No, they can't because the vice chair's here. I take charge. Read the standing orders. Read them and understand them.
Dear me.
Appalling behaviour.
Chairman gone.
A copy of this will, in fact, be sent to the monitoring officer.
I'm the vice chair.
Out of those people,
Where's the chairman?
we
Read
elect
the standing orders. It never reverts to me.
Where's the chairman gone?
like to elect a chairman for this meeting.
You don't have to elect a chairman. There's a chairman already installed. The chairman of the council.
Councillor Burkle, we've been through this.
What are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. The chairman of the council is the chairman of the council.
Yeah, I'm going to subpoena everybody.
Roberto, could I ask you to be respectful to Jackie Weaver, please?
Elect a
Here comes the subpoena.
chairman.
I have to leave. Just you go and help them. She's kicked Barry out, so I'm leaving. No, Barry. No, Barry has gone. I'll stay. We're trying to have a Teams meeting, you fool. We're trying to have a Teams meeting, you fool. We can't if you've got that. Oh, we just don't.
Jackie Weaver, I find that the person on Alec Brewerton's Zoom is being very disrespectful to everybody.
Oh, coming from you, from Birkenhead, that sounds good.
Wow.
Thank God for that.
Now elect a chairman for the meeting.
Yes. Can I propose John Smith, please?
I'll second it.
Thank you.
We've
Okay. My first point is to apologise to Jackie, but welcome to Handforth. May I start?
Indeed,
Sorry.
it's nothing if not lively in Handforth.
Yes, but what I would say is that it was a very good example of bullying within Cheshire East and the environs.
John, can I make a very, very quick point? Rich coming from the chairman who hasn't held a meeting since March to try and call this one illegal. The man is a complete disgrace.
Okay, thank you, Peter. All right, I'll get started. Things to do. Yes, I was going to ask a point of order of the chair, but unfortunately, I don't think that now would be an appropriate time because I couldn't get an answer from him. I will state it though, because we wanted an answer on this question, and it was of the three councillors who have unfortunately left, but I wanted to ask them, do they consider this meeting to be held legally, even though Jean Thompson has not been summoned? If so, the previous meetings called and held, not summoning Jean Thompson, are therefore also de facto legal. So I just wanted to ask them if they considered it legal, but obviously we've seen the result. We'll move on. Item 1.
Just before we move off, might it be to reassure the members of the public who are present that the meeting has been properly called, that in fact two councillors have called the meeting, which is quite proper, and as a courtesy, because the Handforth chairman and vice chairman and a fellow councillor joined the meeting, as a courtesy, we allowed the chairman to take the chair. But now that they have left, it is perfectly appropriate to re-elect a chairman for this meeting. The meeting.
Chair, can you ask Jackie to minute that, please, to make it what happened prior, please?
Yes, if you would, please, Jackie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
David Pinkham's got his hand up. I don't know whether he wants to speak.
Yes, if I may, Chairman.
It's very good.
I just want to make a couple of points. I normally can't attend your Tuesday meetings on Zoom because of the Rotary meetings, but I'm thoroughly disgusted on what I've seen this evening. I'm very concerned about the state of Handforth Parish Council. I understand there is a vacancy. Could someone please advise that that is true? And I'd like to know when we're going to have a clerk back at the parish council. As a resident of the parish, the council has been extremely dysfunctional for the last 12 months or more. All I have witnessed is constant rows, and it's taking Handforth Parish Council nowhere. The three councillors that are seated tonight have tried their best to keep this council going. But I believe it's time now for Cheshire East to step in and do something, because we've got a very good community in Handforth, and this is not helping one little bit. I'm concerned also, we're now into December. Precepts will have to be going forward next year to Cheshire East, and also I don't know what the objections of the council are for next year. So I wonder if someone could try and maybe explain in a few words to me just what is going on. Thank you.
David, I'll say it for your benefit and for the benefit of any members of the public watching, that the clerk, as we know, is not here due to circumstances beyond his control. However, I would state that the three councillors that are still in the room have nothing to do with his absence, and would welcome him to walk through the door tomorrow back into his office. Things are being investigated by Cheshire East, and I'm afraid that's all I can say. I'd like to say a great deal more, but unfortunately I'd have to leave it at that. I hope that answers your question, and I apologise that I can't give you any more information. But
thank you.
We must get on now. Okay. Right, 2061. Sorry, I've not welcomed you to the meeting with all this going on, but welcome to this meeting at Handforth Parish Council. Item 1, to receive any apologies for absence. I don't know of receiving any. You're mute, Sue.
Sorry, no, I haven't received any.
Thank you.
What we advertised.
Okay. Well, Cynthia, no, thank you.
No, thank you.
Item 2, to note declarations of interest and requests for dispensation to discuss and vote on a matter in which a member or cooperative member has a disclosable pecuniary or non-pecuniary interest. Do any of the other councillors have any interest in anything on this agenda?
None from Councillor Sampson.